Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 43 of our Coordinator Climb series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. It is currently 6 a.m. I have been awake since 4:30. There is a insane storm outside. Here's hoping the power survives. But since I was already awake, figured I'd try to get started a bit early to get you all maybe a lengthier episode here. I know the previous one was under an hour, which obviously has not been the norm the whole series. But as I've said, new job, new hours, etc. So if you missed last episode, go pause this one, Control T, find it. Really good transfer portal we had. We got every target on our list, which does not happen often. I'll talk about a few key transfer contributors as we get into the swing of things. But for our purposes, we are obviously still in the preseason. We are going to do some spring, summer recruiting, kind of blitz through that once we get our initial list, and then kick off the season. And oh boy, I am nervous. In case you did not watch previous season's episodes, so our previous athletic director set the bar very low, which we exceeded both seasons, and he loved us. The new athletic director set the bar insanely high, as in make the playoffs high. We obviously missed it, and now his opinion of us is looking looking a little shaky. So we'll have to find our way out from that hole. Let's look at our team. I like it. I think this is the best Utah team we have had in terms of talent. That's including year one. We were able to convince Elvin Ivy not to go for the draft. Obviously, he suffered a severe upper body injury last season, which caused him to miss 9 games. However, that also meant he could redshirt. So we were able to get an extra year out of Elvin, which is always good. So he's coming back. All I had to do was write him a check for $1.7 million. John Lane, same story. He made first team all conference, wanted to go to the draft, and I wrote him a check for 1.7 million, and he stayed. So he's coming off 1,000-yard, 17 touchdown season, looking very forward to what his senior year looks like. Justin Weaver, who currently is a redshirt junior, he is debating. He's looking at the draft. He's thinking it looks nice. He has a 94 overall as a junior. Not he hasn't put up the best numbers with us, but not for lack of trying. He threw the ball 60 times to him last season. So he could be one that leaves us. If we look here at our player promises this season, we made 4 promises. First, to a pair of wide receivers, Cameron Gorman, who redshirted last year. He wants 50% of snaps. Right now, I believe he is the 5th wide receiver on the depth chart, 4th wide receiver. So he should get that pretty easily. And then Justin Weaver wants to make an all conference team. We're going to try. The downside of being an air raid offense is we throw it to everybody. So we'll see. I think if Weaver gets the touchdowns, he has a shot. He's also going to be our return man this year. So we'll see if that helps. And then 2 running backs, Emmanuel Martin, who redshirted last year. He wants 30% of snaps. He's our number 2 running back. Really good ball skills, 97 speed. So he will get that pretty easily. And then Lucas Pratt, who only appeared in 4 games that had 17 carries last season, but he did get a touchdown. He just wants 50 carries, which, as my 3rd running back, he should get without question. I am moving back to 3 running backs. Last season, obviously, only had the 2 as McNeil came in as a senior transfer, but we're going back to 3. Hopefully that sees us have success going forward. All right, let's talk team needs. So, as I said at the end of last episode, we have 31 true freshmen and redshirt freshmen. And we don't have that many seniors, only 17. However, 8 of them are in our front 7. So, those are our biggest needs in terms of we need bodies in our program. Another quiet position of need long term is wide receiver. Weaver is going to the draft. Jenkins is graduating. Eli and Nicholas Moon only have 1 year left after this. That's it in terms of like my contributing wide receivers. It's Gorman and Carano, and that's kind of it. Guys like Roger Conley, Christian Bullock, Roger Ruff, none of them have very good potential. Ezekiel Rush has needed 2 years to get to a 70 overall. So wide receiver is a position I think we're in a little bit of a danger zone in terms of backsliding. Tight end, I think we need one because I think Sawyer Quoke is going to threaten to transfer. He wants to be a star. He's getting not that much production. And the snap percentage is always going to be low in an air raid. So I anticipate him leaving. Outside of Nicholas Huffman, I don't really have good backup options. Offensive line, we always need offensive line in recruiting. However, the reason I think I only need like one guy is this is my current depth. I have 3 redshirt freshmen with insane potential, and I have 4 current redshirting true freshmen with very, very good potential. I think we're okay on the O line front. We may just need like maybe a JUCO guy because we're losing Nelson, Matthews, Cortina. I got 5 other guys that are juniors. So we could be looking in the JUCO market for that. Unrelated, I need to start looking at kicker again. Presumably, Sean Webster will redshirt next season. And so if I can get a kicker and able to redshirt that kicker, I think that'll help in terms of his numbers. Webster, obviously, he started as a true freshman, so he's only going to get 4 years for us. We do have Philip Bloom, but his potential is a D and his power is a 70. I'm good. And then defensively, like I said, D-line, I got a couple young guys in there, but I'm losing 3 of my top 4 and 5 of my top 7 to graduation in 1 or 2 years. So that needs help. And then linebacker, we just need better depth objectively. I really like Derek Dennis, who we transferred in. Cruz May, I think, could become a heat-seeking missile, which is why my nickname for him will be Cruise Missile. But that's about it. So, without further ado, let's dive into recruiting. I'm ignoring recommended targets. I've used it for a bit. My official statement is meh. So we're going to look right at 5 stars. Who's interested in me? 86 overall, the greatest corner in the history of the world. Problem is he has 94 interest in JMU. Yeah, and his alleged playing. How is his playing time for me a B? He has an 87 overall. Like, Sawyer has a 90, but he's going to go to the draft probably. Silly game. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like. What's your overall, buddy? Or your potential? A D. God bless. Wow. Man. Yeah, it doesn't look like we'll be going for any 5-star prospects. I mean, the interest in all the other teams is just so great. that it really just would not matter. Emmanuel Powell obviously would become the greatest corner in the history of the world, but the playing time, I think, is an issue. 94 interest in JMU. I could just write him a check for $5 million. I mean, yeah, he is a superstar. I mean, let's go for him because, like, why the heck not? Just to see. And then when the season starts, we'll learn his market value and probably cry. All right, let's look at 4 stars now. I think we're mainly in the 4-star market right now. Obviously, first couple years at Utah, we had to dip pretty heavily into 3 stars, somewhat into 2 stars. Want to change that. I do not need a JUCO quarterback, though Aiden Fulton does look very good. JUCO linebacker. I mean, somebody tells me you would not be willing to redshirt for a year. I have a sneaking suspicion. So I'll just let Washington fight for you. If I do go JUCO linebacker, they're going to need to be decent in coverage, which is not looking like an option. I may just have to save. Actually, I lie. I'm just going to save kicker to next season because it looks like if we want to get like a high end dude, he's going to have a decent overall where he won't want a red shirt. So that's that. I mean, I'll go for this linebacker, Xander Keller. A- potential, jack of all trades, get him in the building. It's like lots of linebackers want to come and join my program. A- linebacker, but he's just worse. I'm sensing a theme. I'll go from both because why not? Wide receiver F plus. I'm out. Fulton, obviously. Brendan Hart is not very good in terms of potential. What's his tackling? I mean, the short answer is no. His zone coverage is great, obviously. Not very quick. Good. I mean, the C potential is what gets me. I think I'll add him to my list, and then we'll see. Brock Span, you want to be a star, but your potential sucks. However, you're more interested in me than everyone else in the world, so let's get him in the building. A- tight end with F plus speed, you'll fit right in. Oh, brother. JUCO wide receiver and oh, he's very good. Get him in the building. Actually, since I'm going for him, then I would redshirt Span. I think they're on separate ends of the spectrum. D plus. That's rough. Add the D lineman to the list. I've definitely seen better 4-star classes in my life. Why did I even look at the QB? Oh boy. All right. Are there any besides that group that I know has A potential? No. Okay. Any that I know has B potential? Blankenship and then Cesar Fu was much more interested in JMU. Fair enough. All right. Same question, but for the 3 stars. There we go. All right. We'll get the A- guys in. It's like a lot of tight ends, which, I only need the one, but I won't complain. So that's our A minus A potential guys, B potential guys. This is also just saving me some scouting, if we're being honest here. Lucas Tan, wide receiver. What's his catching? 79. He's loyal. That might not be a bad move because I could maybe redshirt him a year and he wouldn't complain, which could be massive. Lucas McCall doesn't look half bad, but he's an undersized linebacker that can't run, which seems like an issue. Zachary Glass could be fun, but his strength is terrible. His tackling might be worse. Get him in the building. Dominic Manuel's a hidden gem. What's your run block? 56. Yeah, I'm good. Have a good one. I'm out. All right. So, unrelated. Does anyone have like 100 interest in me? Oh, God. Oh, great. It's the guys that are bad. You are an athlete. I mean, there's no good position to play him. Safety? But he's quite small for a safety. Like, he's even smaller for a linebacker. I'm good. Man, I really wish a lot of these JUCO linebackers had better coverage ability. I'll add Ryder Hughes. I could go for the kicker, Maddox Denis. The idea of redshirting a guy who could have 90 overall as a true freshman is kind of funny to me, but I don't think I will. I could go for Maddox. I'll add Maddox to my list. We'll see what his power numbers end up looking like. See interest 81. Yeah, the kicker market kind of fizzled out almost immediately. I think Ramon, his overall is too high. I think he would complain about redshirting. I think that'll just be my initial group. And then I'll just do points ahead actually. Send them to camp. I already know some of these guys' potentials, but I also just objectively want to get a good foot in the door. We have 4 ace pitches in the spring, which is awesome. Love that for us. Huzzah. So, yeah, I think this year, similarly to last year, we don't necessarily need a big class, but we need to make sure that we get the guys we really want, especially in the front 7, wide receiver. Because, again, I have a bajillion freshmen. I don't need more. All right, any hideous potentials? D plus for Mason Epps. So he's done. D for Dakota Bowden, excuse me, he's out. C plus for Maddox Dennis. I mean, I don't know if I want to go for him. Like his kick power, what's his punt accuracy? I think if his potential was better, I'd be there in an instant. But his kick power could be like a 71. But I could redshirt him. Would he want to redshirt? I think I'm out. I think I'm out. But then again, he has 90 accuracy. Why not? Let's keep him. This could backfire spectacularly. I acknowledge this, to be clear. All right. So first of all, Brendan Hart, I think I'll go for his IQ being a 77 is really the only reason why. The potential of a C is hideous, but even if he only becomes a depth guy, I think that's still worth it. Brock Span, I mean, I just don't think he's that good. C minus potential. I'll let the Utah States and the Wyomings of the world go for him. Let's invite all these guys to camp. What's your potential writer? A plus, get him to camp. That was easy. All right. So the only O lineman left in my list is Evan Hamilton, who I don't love. All right, let's take a good hard look at offensive line. Actually, let's do this. Interest first. Jay Reed, 84. I mean, sure, but it's 96 for everybody else. Trevor Coleman, D plus potential. Good run blocker, but strength and pass coverage aren't really there. I think I'll let the other schools go for him. This is not looking like a great O-line group, it must be said. I think we may have to do a lot of scouting to try to find the gems. I mean, sure, he has B plus potential. His overall is a 58. Like, that's going to take years and years and years to improve on. I'll go for him for the heck of it. It'll be a free commit, but it's not great. Anyone with A potential that I just didn't see? No. Okay. All right. Now we're going to do what I like to call the Utah scrum. See if there's any guys from Utah that I missed. There's Span, Landon Jew. No. If his potential is better, maybe, but his IQ's at 53. That's going to take like 4 gain periods to become playable. JUCO tight end, I don't need. The Utah crop is grim, with exception, of course, of Emmanuel Powell, who we're going for. Lucas McCall. How big is he? 230. I'll add him to the list just so I can compare to the other linebackers. QB, I don't care. Vaughn, no. Dominic Manuel is a hidden gem. Which, for those who don't know, hidden gem officially means underrated by recruiting experts, i.e., not many schools are in for him. But it doesn't imply that he's going to be like that good. He has B minus potential. Like, I think I'll pass. Rolando Shaw has no interest in me whatsoever, but we'll take a gander. Owen Bass. Bass? What do we think? Probably Bass. Owen Bass. He's got good coverage ability, can't tackle at all. IQ is a little shaky. C potential is a touch low, but let's get him in the building. I'm not even gonna try to. Yeah, his interest in A&M. I mean, it's only an 82. Let's add him to the list. Ryder Flynn. I mean, I don't think that's worth the chase. His overall is just too low. All right, let's get the additional Utah kids into camp. I like Thomas Fritas. If his evasion is pretty low, that could scare me, but he's already got an 80 overall and his potential's okay. I think that's fine. All right, let's advance into the summer, and now we can really get into the weeds. I didn't do pitches for anyone else. That's hilarious. You ever just hit advance without giving recruiting pitches? Couldn't be me. Oh boy. Okay. Anyone? I'll send these two to camp. Londo Shaw has A+ potential. Think that's worth going for. All right. Let us take a brief moment and look at our big positions. So wide receiver. Here's where I'm at. I'm going after two JUCO guys, Blankenship and Tan. I think my fear with Blankenship, well, I mean, I like Blankenship a lot. I mean, and if I get him and Lucas Tan, like that's my wide receiver core settled a bit. Thomas Fritas, though, is essentially a slightly worse version of Blankenship. With 2 more years of eligibility. So I don't know if it's worth it to go for both of them. The problem is, though, for Fritas, I'm trying to play catch up to A&M and Washington. That just might not be worth the fight. He is a 5-star, to be clear. What are his priorities? Oh, yeah, no shot. No shot. Stadium atmosphere, A&M, it's S+. Michigan, it's an S. The playing time rating is low. I'm not even going to bother. I'm not. I can see the writing on the wall there. So, yeah, honestly, I think we go for both Blankenship and Tan. And I think we plan on redshirting Tan, throwing Blankenship right in there. That's that pretty much settled. Tight end. All of them have really good potential. Dumas is the 4-star. Tyler Duke, honestly, I could move to O-line and let him develop there. I think that's my plan, actually. He's gonna get a little bit of a overall nerf because he's small, but that should fix itself in one off season or two. He should just get really bigger. And then Dumas, obviously, we're going for. So that's that settled. O-line. I mean, like, I don't know. Dylan Small's essentially a free commit. That's the only reason I'm going for him. And I'm gonna let Colorado State have Evan Hamilton. Like, I don't think that's an O lineman we should be going for. I know he's a 4-star, but like 61 overall, B- potential. That's not going to get me anywhere. And then yeah, Maddox. It looks like we're committed to the bit. We're going for. Oh boy. All right, D line. Both young guys, or young guys. They're all young guys, but low overall, high potential. Stafford, we obviously go for. Glass, I mean, his strength's a 57. His block shed's good. I don't really care about his pursuit, but I think we can go for him. Linebacker, Ryder Hughes, obviously, we go for. Xander Kelly, I think, can be really good. John Maddox is just a slightly worse version of Xander Kelly. And Lucas McCall, similarly, should maybe be a D lineman because he's got the 78 strength already. He is small, so he would take the nerf. But I see him more as a D lineman. So I think honestly, I'm gonna go for all four of these guys, which might be a mistake considering how close I am in all of the races. But you know, we can afford to be a little ambitious. Actually, now that I say that out loud, I don't think it makes sense to go for both of these men. Who do I like better? Athleticism, give me Keller. Tackling, they're the same. I mean, yeah, Maddox is slightly better in coverage, but worse everywhere else. What's the interest? 77 for me. Oklahoma's a little better. Notre Dame's a little better. I kind of like them both. I'm going to keep them both in my list for now and just see where it all turns out. Corner, so we're going for the insane Emmanuel Powell, operating under the assumption we're not going to get him. Owen Bass, I think, is just a good get. He's definitely going to need a red shirt a year, which should be fine because he doesn't want to be a star. And he just needs to work on everything else besides coverage. So I think that's okay. And then safety, Talon, Whitehead, I think makes sense. IQ needs a bit of work, but he's already good in coverage. Could be a corner, maybe. Brendan Hart, I think, is just solid. So I think going for those men makes sense. That's my list right now. I'm a little heavy in linebacker, but again, McCall is going to be a D lineman. I think I should maybe let Maddox go to focus on Keller. Because I don't know if I can fight off Notre Dame for one guy and also fight off Georgia, Oklahoma, and Michigan for the other. But I'm going to try. So we will try. Okay, before I forget, let me give the best pitch I can to these guys, and then we're going to go hunting for some potential other targets. I do wish you got more scouts in the preseason. During the season, I think 10 is a good number because your scouting team would be working on other things like opposition and such. But in the preseason, I wish this number was a 20, like that I could just cast an insanely wide net to try to get guys in my building. All right, let's look solely at interest. See what potentials are on guys. JUCO QB don't care. JUCO lineman or linebacker, no. Nah. After initial thinking, the answer there is no. Ooh. Nah. I thought Mateo could have had something there. All right, let's double check. Make sure I didn't miss any A guys. Gary Hobbs, but I'll let the other schools go for him. And then Jay Reid, I am 1,500 points behind on. It is a pretty small recruiting class, but honestly, like, I'm kind of okay with it. I think O line is the position where, like, whoops, I just need more help, I think, specifically in the JUCO world. Me too, interest. You're killing me, Smalls. I think Coleman, he looks okay, but his potential's a D plus. Like, that's basically unplayable. Let me look actually at points ahead with initial contact, please. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add an insane amount of mid-level JUCO O linemen to my list. And we're going to have an O line camp day. I'll make sure I get the slightly higher overall guys in first. Cool. All right. I'm casting in a training. Whoops, auto assign. Thank you, game. I appreciate the game there, saving me from myself. Much appreciated. How's practice going? Oh boy. I think our defense might be terrible. Or our offense may just be the best in the country. Which could happen. No way of knowing. All right, let's look at all those beautiful JUCO linemen. Ooh, okay. So I'm just going to scout them so I can see their potential. Okay. This just got interesting. All right. Reynolds has a 90 pass block, but his run block is terrible. I might honestly need to send some of these guys to camp so I can learn more. I think Keith, I'm out. Greer, I'm out. Vincent, no. Hall is a maybe, but I mean, we're 1,000 point. Nah. Hoover, I'm out. Royster, much more interested in Stanford. Yeah, he cares about proximity to home. He doesn't really have that with me. Yeah, I think I'm out. I think we're just too far behind. So now looking at this list, I think we're 1,000 behind on Anderson Mobley. Let me get his pass block number. I mean, I would rather go for Gates, I think. So he's out. What is your guys' strength? 71, 66. I mean, all four of these guys would redshirt their first JUCO year anyway. That's, an obvious thing. $76.70. The 60 run block of Merida is what's very scary. Because what you're essentially looking at here is Who do you think will be able to play after 2 off-season game periods? I think Reynolds, potentially. Quinn, I kind of doubt it. Wolf, unlikely. Gates, maybe. I think Reynolds, it makes sense to go for. The fact that I can already schedule a visit with him is kind of fun. Let's throw him on like a week. Let's put him week 7. Let's go early. Quinn, I mean, Harrison's potential also isn't great. It's only a B minus relative to these guys. I think Giovanni and Reynolds are my top 2. And that's kind of where I'm at. I think Quinn, I mean, to be fair, I could go for all of them, but the problem with going for like more than 2 is they're just going to get in each other's way in terms of playing time when I already have a lot of young guys trying to play. So yeah, I think Wolf, I'm out. I think Reynolds, Gates are the move. Sorry, Quinn. All right. I think that's my call there for O lineman. Has anyone anyone not been to camp yet? Ooh, Maddox I can schedule. Let's start building out the Washington game, I suppose. Force BYU. Air Force. Luis. Dylan Small. He has a 55 overall. I should not go for him, but he is a free commit. I accept he may never play for me ever, but he is a free commit. Orlando Shaw. San Diego State is interested, but the problem is that might be like his first recruiting visit. You know what? Let's be bold. Let's be brave. Put him in. Let's do it. All right. So right now, my targeting recruit list is 19. I think in terms of what I want to do for this next bout, I think I'll go back to this list and I'm just going to add guys that I could be close-ish to getting in terms of initial contact. And just taking a look at potentials. Oops. To see if there's anyone that like could really move the needle for us. So I'll send them all to camp, and then if someone's potential is like a B plus, I could consider it. Let's then give our pitches out. I might just write that 5-star corner a check for like $3 million right now. But my fear with doing that is the guy I do that to inevitably just would not commit and would wait in the transfer or whatever, and then I just lose him. All right. That's our recruiting class. Let's advance. Done and dusted. Only took about half an hour. I like to go through recruiting a little quick. I think you can kind of get bogged down on it, especially if you're, looking at everybody. Win at least 6 games. His expectation went from make the playoffs to win 6 games. This dude. All right. Donor goals. So we have 4 diamond, 2 gold. Have 3,700 total passing yards? Sure, Jan, I'll get right on that. Oh my God. Vincente. What the heck? Hold at least 3 opponents to 10 points or fewer. Last year, we would have gotten 3: Temple, Minnesota, and Arizona State. I don't know, though. 18 takeaways is a lot. Hold opponents less than 410 yards per game. I think that one's easily doable, but it does use one of my negotiations. Have your O-line record 60 plus pancakes. Let's do some quick math. 16, let's just call that 40, 53. Oh, yeah. Okay, that one I can keep. These guys want to lock in Air Force. Hold opponents less than 360 yards. That's a bit much. Win against Zona, Tulane, and San Diego, or have a wide receiver earn all conference. So I think 3,700 passing yards. Like we're not getting. Like, good Lord. What I have been debating is not going as true clock heavy and seeing how that affects our offense. That could be something to think about. Hold opponents less than 360 yards. I think that's asking for too much. I would rather bank on us to beat Arizona, Tulane, and San Diego State. I think that's my opinion, and we accept that we're probably not getting the $4.5 million from that. That's what I think. All right, let's advance to week 1. Before I look at it, we're ranked 17th. I don't know how. Before I get to anything, let's look at all those guys we added at the end. None of them are good guys. Yeah. No one has good potential. We took a shot. No. Goose egg. All right. So let's schedule visits here. Giovanni Gates, Appalachian State is on your schedule. There you go. Anyone else want to schedule? Ryder Hughes, San Diego State is on your schedule. Or not schedule. Interested teams. Oh boy, I'm fighting with Bama and James Madison for this guy's signature. Oh brother. This could get ugly. All right, so we're going to offer a scholarship to everyone on our list for obvious reasons. I know some people like to tactically plan when to offer the scholarship, like around recruiting visits or whatever. I'm going to be honest. I offer everyone in week 1. Is that the most realistic thing in the world? Maybe not, but, here we are. I fear that I'm going to run into the same issue I did 2 years ago, where I'm in too many close battles and I don't get a lot of guys. That could be a thing. All right, so we're ranked 17th in the country to start. We have a offensive talent of 86. That's 20th in the country. Defensive talent also of 86. That's 12th. Let's compare that to the rest of the Pac-12. So in our division, that is the best offense and defense in terms of talent. Washington obviously crushes us offensively, but we have okay. This could be a year where we do some damage. So here is our schedule. Um, I think it's a competitive schedule. Kansas State's going to be tough. We face a murderer's row of Kansas State, San Diego State, USF, and Washington. That's going to be tough. In my opinion, we should go 5-0 or 4-1 in these first 5 games. Anything worse, I'm going to get cross. So I think team wise, we're looking pretty good. We obviously have some glaring like backup issues, like for example, our third safety having a 68 overall. But such is life. I have been debating just playing Marino as a true freshman. But I don't know if that's worth it for third safety. I'd rather just give Kyle Lowry, no relation, some run. See what he can do. All right. So recruiting, taken care of. I think my personal expectation for this year is make the Pac 12 championship game. And then tangentially to that, I want our offense to be improved because last season, our offense just wasn't that great. And that was cause for a lot of our terrible suffering. I think this season I'm going to do a little experiment, at least early on. I think we're not going to have Chew Clock on as often. I think that might be potential reason for struggle, but you never know. All right, Tulane in the American. Looks like they've been pretty good. They have won their conference a couple times, double-digit win seasons here or there. Solid looking program. We're on the road to open. We're favored by 8.5 points. Wow, they have 3 recruits visiting. That is ambitious, including a 4-star linebacker. Good for them. This is our first time playing in the sim. Let's just kick off. Let's just get it started. We'll go right into it, folks. We win the toss. We defer. And it's raining down at the bayou. 3rd and 5. Defense gets a stop. All right, I'm going to keep Chew Clock on for the first drive. Immediately, John Lane loses a yard. Muhammad gets sacked. Very good. Fair enough. Not exactly the opening drive we were hoping for, but our defense gets a stop because they're awesome. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, Jonathan. First of his name. Another incompletion. Will Dustin Muhammad ever complete a pass? He's currently 0 for 3. Defense gets another stop. And 2 more incompletions. He's 0 for 5. All right, Chew Clock is getting turned off. Clearly, it's a curse. Clearly. Muhammad is sacked again, and they muffed the punt. Y'all, my quarterback is 1 of 6 for 5 yards. He's been sacked twice. This is terrible. Hey, we completed a pass. It's the true freshman Reed Carino. 2nd and goal to 3. We're going to pass it in. Never mind. We're going to run it in. Never mind. We're just going to kick a field goal. Give me the points. Uh-oh. I think Tulane has remembered that they're allowed to try. They convert on 3rd and 9 and a 3rd and 11. Yikes. Corner blitz. Kind of worked. All right. Aiden Stahl with the tackle for loss. 3 apiece. 38-yard reception. Justin Weaver. Muhammad got sacked, but Gorman bailed us out. We're in business. Verts. Didn't work. Look at Reed Carino trying his hardest. Justin Weaver touchdown. That's massive. And they convert on 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 3. I'm going to send the house on 3rd and 2. Didn't work. They get in for a score. 10-all. Yikes. And Muhammad fumbles. Tulane recovers, and they get a field goal. All right, so True Clock's coming back on. That's my one takeaway here. Goodness gracious. All right, we need to reclaim our glory. Thank you, John. 37 yards all the way to Tulane's red zone. Thank you, thank you. Let's try the slants. No dice. And he's picked. Oh, brother. Preston already with 2 turnovers in what is a very close game. Not great. Hashtag analysis. And we punt. Ooh, we got him at the 1. Goal line. There we go. Brody Schaefer, the senior transfer with the safety. Now we're only down by 1. When you put it like that. There we go. Dylan Jenkins gets us the conversion. Let's move. Let's party. 3rd and 2, I'm going to run it. John Lane gets me the conversion. Very nice. And John Lane runs it in. I am going to go for 2. And we get it. All right, 7-point ball game. 4th quarter has begun. Good tackle for a loss by Elvin Ivy. And Tulane punts. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a long drive down the field. And we're going to win the game. It's going to be great. Muhammad is picked again. Oh, brother. All right, they punt, so no harm done. However, goodness gracious, Muhammad. I'm going to need you to get together, buddy. 3rd and 6, let it fly. Z's shallow cross. Didn't work. It did not work. They convert on 3rd and 6. I need to stop running that cover 2 coverage. Just think it's not working. Here we go. Will they be able to tie it up? 3rd and 5. They're going empty. I'll just go 2 high safety. They don't beat it. Here we go. 4th and 5. They get the conversion. And it's an interception in the end zone. Porter Landry picks him off. That is your ball game. How we're going to keep throwing it around for pride. Get some plays in. Thank you. Good night. Wow. So that was terrible. Muhammad, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Credit to the run game for bailing us out there. But, man, Dustin and Muhammad sucked. That was painful. Our defense got no sacks. Yeah, that was a bit rough. I'm gonna be honest. That was a bit rough. That's a game, you're happy you get the win, you wash your hands of it, and you move on. I think that's one of those where you watch some film and you get mad at your front 7. Well, to be fair, Tulane had like 2 good drives. And the other times they just benefited from really good field position. Oh, boy. We dropped in the rankings, which I think is honestly fair. Demern Montero is going to be out for a week. He is in concussion protocol, essentially. So Cohen Sizemore is going to get some reps. Who is the O-lineman? Brandon Nelson. Oh, good, our top O-lineman. Neat. I'm going to be honest, dude. You're going to have to play through it. Good luck. Go with God. Okay. Anyone else want to? Okay. I can schedule Emmanuel. I think My only hope of getting him is the Washington game because they're guaranteed to be a ranked opponent, and it could, not saying it will be, it could be a top 10 matchup. I think that is my only hope. Blankenship, San Diego State. Oh, I didn't offer these guys? Whoops. Oh, right, because I didn't do pitches for them. Whoops. That was dumb of me. Yep, that was really dumb of me. Well, they all have offers now, so it's okay. All right. Lucas McCall, another linebacker. I mean, it looks like I should be able to get him pretty handedly. Let's add him to the App State game. No one else wants to schedule. I'm a little nervous. What's his value? 1.6 million. So if I write him a check for just above his value, that gets me 775 points. I think we might get him just by virtue of I will over invest in this kid. I will make him the richest man in Riverside, Utah. Ah, man, all right. We're the second visit for Shaw. We're the second visit for Gates. That's good. I really hope JMU doesn't schedule after me. That would be very hurtful. Holy crap. Georgia had their visit with Maddox in week 1. 550 points. Okay, so they're now out of the running. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Georgia. Cool. Neat. Et cetera, et cetera. All right. Just out of interest, who cares the most about NIL? Powell, Duke, I'm not going to pay money for. Lucas Tan, we'll see. Yeah, we obviously have the second visit on him. Shaw. Shaw might be worth paying money to because his potential is so high, but his overall is only a 63. So we'll see on that front. I just might offer Powell $3 million. Like, that gets me 1,300 points, and I'm going to get $3 million worth of value out of this dude. Like, come on, look at him. Okay. Let us just blitz into game 2. It's against Fresno State. I think they're one of the few schools that realignment just killed. I mean, you can clearly see when they were in the Mountain West, when they were dominating, and when they got moved to the Pac-12 and just couldn't match up. So this will be a very easy game. We're favored by 14 on the road. I've beat them by double digits both times we played. I foresee this being fairly easy. If it's not, we're in trouble. It's pretty much how it works. They elect to receive. That is fine by me. They're in the spread. Blitz. Thank you, William, with the tackle for loss. And they punt. Wait a minute. Never mind. I thought I recognized a former player. And Nicholas Huffman, our backup tight end, fumbles on the first offensive play. Cool. Caleb Simon, tackle for loss. And Fresno State punts anyway. Very good. Very good from the men. Yeah, I think this should be a game where, like, we are going to run up the score on them. And I'm not particularly going to feel bad about it as Dylan Jenkins gets us the touchdown. So this is where we're going to put up a lot of offensive numbers, people. This pains me, as if anyone watched my journeyman career, as Eli gets me 56 off the slant, you'll know that I turned Fresno State into arguably the greatest program in the country. So believe me when I tell you This hurts. But I mean, we're moving and shaking, folks. Like we are unstoppable. 3rd and 4, you know what they don't expect? Smash corners. Dang, they got us. All right, we will take the field goal. Even the blitz worked. I feel so bad for Fresno State. They're such a proud program in my other save. Uh-oh, we missed. Webster, he missed the kick. He missed 0 kicks last season. And here he misses this one. Uh-oh. Fresno State. Are they trying to put points up on the board? Oh, Elvin Ivy, tackle for loss. Wait, that's who I saw. Antoine Benjamin. Our former backup to the backup to the backup. Looks like he is one of the running backs on Fresno State. That is neat. Dylan Jenkins gets me 27. Folks, we're taking them all on. 1st and goal at the 2. No, I'm not doing QB sneak. I am no coward. There we go. John Lane runs it in. And that'll be that. So we're up 24-3. We have put up 366 yards of offense. I hear that's pretty good. Uh-oh, Muhammad has been sacked. And he got sacked again. They went for it on 4th down. A move I respect. It didn't work, but, you know, they went for it. Did I say yardage? I did. 3,700. I need to confirm that that's the real number. 3,700 total passing yards. The guy thinks we're playing college in the early mid 2000s. But hey, we're gonna go for it. Oh, incomplete. 3rd and 3. Let's try slants. Hey, Eli Hunt with the touchdown. Extra point is good. The backups will surely come in once the 4th quarter begins. But for now, we're just going to sling the ball around a bit. Have some fun with it. Cameron Gorman's getting involved. Fun things are happening. All right, the backups are now in on offense. Lucas Pratt just rattled off 15 yards, and he runs it in for the touchdown. I am definitely going to drop in the rankings after this win. Look at Lucas. Oh, Mark. Okay, so Marcos Hale is very bad. We have now learned of this. And Jonathan Myers, the 8th linebacker, redshirt freshman, with the interception. Marcos Hale runs it in for the touchdown. Oh, I tried an all-out blitz on 3rd down. It didn't work. 4th and 4. We're just going to sit back, relax. Cohen Sizemore with the sack. Very good. 3rd and 6. We got the conversion. Very good, everyone. That'll do. Yeah, I mean, come on. A game we expected and knew to be a blowout was, in fact, a blowout. We won 45-3. We had a turnover on the first play. And then touchdown, field goal. Missed field goal, unfortunately, but touchdown, 3 and out, touchdown, punt, touchdown. That'll do. Muhammad, 29-38, 2 touchdowns, 330 yards. Very good day for my running backs. My wide receivers catching the ball like madmen. Again, though, only 2 sacks by my defense. One of them by Sizemore in essentially garbage time. I'm a little worried about that. Just being honest. We're struggling a bit here in terms of getting to the quarterback. But hey, a blowout win is a blowout win. If we're unranked now, I'm going to cry. We move up 3. Oh, now Mario Wright is hurt. All my linebackers are getting concussed. This is bad. Hashtag analysis. So Montero will retake his spot. Yeah, I think I'll have Oswald ahead of Montero here. So yeah, Sizemore's gonna keep playing. Very good. Ooh, Stanford's ranked. They beat Oklahoma State and ASU. That's cool. That's cool. Also, in the last episode when we created the schedule, I pointed this out. Of our first 6 games, this is the only one at home, which is kind of funny. Oh, JMU just put money down. 725K. So it begins. Xander Keller, yeah. Holy Oklahoma. Top 10 matchup that they won. They got 1,500 points from Maddox. Okay. We need to reassess linebacker. We need to reassess. Because USC also just beat Maryland and got 900 points. Wow. Okay. So then essentially the question is, does it become worth it to even chase for Maddox? Washington's 0-2. That's a big problem. That's a very big problem. Washington. Because we're at risk now of not getting Maddox. And I think trying to get them might be a problem. Ryder Hughes, I think we should still be able to get. Maddox, 1,200 points behind. I did already schedule the visit. You know what? Let's go for it. With Xander Keller, I think I just need to guarantee that Notre Dame doesn't go later on the visit. Brandon Hart, you're going to be Washington. Nathaniel Dumas, I would like you to join the San Diego State crew. Martin Stafford, I would like you to join the Washington crew to guarantee that they get complimentary visits. Alan Whitehead. I think you. What am I at? Who am I fighting with? JMU. I think you can join App State. Tyler Duke. God, I'm going for 2 tight ends. Tyler Duke can also be App State. Zachary Glass, D-line. Let's build App State. Maddox Dennis. I'm going to be honest. If I don't get him, it's not necessarily the end of the world, but I think let's schedule him. Let's schedule him in week 11. Why not? And then Owen Bass can be. Do I want App State for the complimentary visit? No, I want San Diego State for the defeat an interested team bonus. I think that's the move. We're sneakily falling behind. The 2,000 point visit that Oklahoma got is hurtful. I'm almost tempted to write Maddox a check for $500,000 because with his potential, there's a chance he might be worth it. Just to get us really back in that race. But We'll see what Oklahoma does in terms of pitches. We're third for Gates, which is huge. Tan, we're second. Oh, yeah, we knew that. Whoops. It's hard to remember who I've clicked on, and who I haven't. So I could just do what the AI does and offer all of them their NIL minimum. So that option is, of course, on the table. All right, good news. We're 2-0. We're looking solid. I need to get Lucas Pratt more carries. And I need to get Morton more snaps. Uh-oh. Can I get uh-oh? All right, let's take a look at Stanford. They are 2-0. Done pretty well so far. Beat Oklahoma State and blew out Arizona State. They're averaging 41 points per game. We're favored by 7 at home. No recruits visiting. We beat Stanford in 2038. They beat us last year. Been very competitive games. I imagine the loser of this will no longer be ranked. So we may have to go back to the old me chew clock method. They just killed us on a screen. I'm going to cry. There we go. Carson Oswald, the transfer linebacker with the sack. Let's move. Let's shake. Get him on the bubble screen. It didn't work. The fake screen wheel did, though. And Muhammad is sacked by Braden Snow. That's a Song of Ice and Fire name if ever I've heard one. Oh, 40-yard run up the middle. Stanford draws first blood. Okay. Okay. I'm going to run it on 3rd and 2. 4th and 1. We're going for it. Goal line. Send. Thank you, John. Slot corner. It didn't work, folks. But we get him on the play action. Cameron Gorman on the curl route. We're in the red zone. Play action again. Okay, that time it worked a bit less. We're going to have to settle for a field goal there. I don't like it. 3rd and 3. We're going to blitz. Send the house. Oh, we blitzed, but they ran it up the middle and got all the way to the 1. -1 yards. 0. Oh, they got in on 3rd and goal. I thought we had him stopped. I thought we had him, folks. We punt. Offense is looking a little bit shaky, and our defense is getting torched as they do a 4-verth, essentially. Wow. All right, we're down 21-3. Not looking good for our glorious offense. Let's turn Chew Clock on. Let's see if we can get at least some points on the board here for Pride. Incomplete. Yeah, I'll punt. I think the problem with going for it there, if I don't get it, I'm gifting them at least a field goal. So from how our defense is playing, they may just get that anyway. No, they punt. Okay, so I think if we don't score a touchdown here, this game might just be over. 6-yard sack on 1st down does hurt that plan. 3rd and 7. There we go. Dylan Jenkins, 21 yards. That's massive. See if we can get him on the screen. We did not. And he's sacked 55-yarder. He's not making that. You're out of your mind. Good punt by Webster, though. There we go. Caleb Simon tackle for a loss at the 3. And Caleb Simon gets us the safety. Okay. Now we went from being down 18 to being down 16. There we go. Offense is looking nice. Let's run the ball. 3rd and 2. I'm going to pass. Let's get creative. Slants. It worked. Incomplete. I'm going to kick a field goal, but that's the last time we're kicking a field goal. I kick a field goal there because now 2 touchdowns, we win the game. However, Stanford just completed like 3 third downs. So, yeah. All right, we're going up tempo. We need a touchdown every drive, or else we are not winning this game. There we go. Good conversion. Let's keep it moving. Play action. And Muhammad is picked. That's your ball game. Oh, that's so frustrating. I mean, don't get me wrong. Our offense sucked. Our defense has not done much better. Like, Stanford has scored a touchdown, I think, on 4 of the 5 last drives, if memory serves here. So now we're just going for pride. See if we can't get a touchdown here. And we do. Cameron Gorman makes it a 16-point game. All right, they do punt. All right, let's see if we can, make it a single-digit loss here. 4 verts. Didn't really work. There we go. We're at the 23. Incomplete. We will kick a field goal for pride. Fourth and 1. Nope. I mean, yeah, like they just outplayed us in almost every stretch of the imagination. Our run game wasn't great. John Lane especially got crumbled. Gorman got a touchdown at the end, which is nice, but yeah, I mean, heck, we had 11 tackles for a loss, but we just got torched. Like, they had 4 plays of 20-plus yards, 2 of 40-plus. They were 8 of 13 on 3rd down. They just wholly outplayed us. And I said we had to go 4-1 in our first 5 to have a chance at the Pac-12 championship game. And there's our loss. So if we drop a loss against Arizona or Cal, I think we're doomed. Yeah, we're unranked, which we saw coming. Nicholas Moon is hurt. Why is Justin Weaver getting so low snap percentage? I'm going to do a cheeky flip there. Moon's hurt for 4 weeks. I mean, even so, well, no. Connolly, I think, right now is better than him. But also, I don't know if Roger Connolly is, long-term going to be a guy for us. I think I might honestly just let him walk. But that is a good point. We're in week 4, so let's look. Transfer risks, a lot of wide receivers. Pratt wants more playing time. I'm trying, Lucas. A couple of my really young O linemen want to leave, which is a problem. But there's no clear path to them playing. Like Xavier Myers wants to leave. That's a little hurtful. Man, that loss sucks. Arizona's 3-0. They're not even ranked. And they beat a ranked UCF team. That's interesting. All right, recruiting. Anyone else want to schedule? Have I just scheduled everyone? Maybe. NC State had their visit for Gales. Was not a good one. That is rough for them. Okay, yeah. So Oklahoma, they're only doing target player right now for Maddox, so I think we can get ourselves back into that race pretty handedly. Oh, we're first on Powell. Wow. JMU scheduled him against Old Dominion. That's a shame. That sucks. What I might honestly do is offer him the 3 million right when I do my visit so that I can try to make an insurmountable lead that neither school can catch. That might be my only hope. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay, so let me look really quick at running back. Um, Pratt wants 50 carries, which right now he is not going to get. Morton, in terms of snap percentage, is okay. I think we may need to run the ball more, which is counter to the 3,700-yard goal here. All right, but Arizona, they're one of the teams that our Diamond Donor wants us to beat. They're also 3-0. Good win against UCF. They needed double overtime to Washington State. Fresno State scored 4 touchdowns on them. We're favored by 3. Ooh, wow, they have 10 recruits visiting. Okay. Okay, they view this as a serious affair. Fair enough. I've beat them 3 years in a row, but credit to them. All right, I was gonna say had I won the toss, I might have elected to receive, but that's okay. Defense gets a 3 and out. Never punished. I think I'm gonna have chew clock. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna turn chew clock off for these first couple drives. See what our offense has got going. There we go. John Lynn with the conversion. Let's party. 3rd and 1. I'm going to run it. We get it. Thank you, John. And we run it in for the touchdown. Very good. Very good. A sack. And they convert on 3rd and 13. Man, this is why we can't have nice things. Defense gets a stop, though. Thank you, lads. Verts. It didn't work. Levels worked, though. If no one's got me, I know Levels has got me. Incomplete, though. We punt. Guys called the same defense like 3 plays in a row, and it worked. Silly Arizona. The play action successful. Yeah. I think the way our offense is playing, this will be a good one. Touchdown to Gorman. I think Justin Weaver at wide receiver 3 is the move in terms of snaps and targets. 3rd and 3. I know they're in the spread. Blitz. Ooh, 4th and 1. They're going for it. I'm sending the house. And they get the conversion. Fair enough. All right. They tie it up with a Josue Johnson scramble. Gorman gets me 11 when that's just what I need. Let's run it once. Let's run it again. 1st and goal at the 3. John Lane, touchdown out of the backfield. We do leave Arizona State with a lot of time. And Jose scrambles again. He's killing us. Hey, they miss a field goal. Okay. Let's see if we can get a field goal at the end. Man, I'm just going to keep throwing it deep. There we go. Reed Carino, the true freshman. 27 yards. He gets me to the 15. That was probably a bad call to run it there. Oh, incomplete. Or only 4 yards. Yeah, let's just kick the field goal. Go up by 17. and we get the ball to start the second half. I like where we're at. I don't like the 3-and-out. Surprisingly, the head coach does not like when his team goes 3-and-out. Tackle for a loss from Brody Schaefer there, and they convert. Oh, man. There we go, Emmanuel. There we go. Justin Weaver gets me 30. Levels. It never fails, folks. And Reed Carino over the top, 23-yard touchdown. We're up by 24. The offense is looking crisp. 4th-and-1 at my own 27. No, I'm not going for it. Yeah, they punt. Why would I? The risk there is insane. Oh, Muhammad threw a pick six. I hear that's bad. That also means the starters are staying in because now it's a 17-point game again. All right, Dustin. Time to redeem yourself. There we go. 3rd down conversion to Nicholas. I'll kick the field goal. No good. Okay. Arizona could get back into this thing. There we go. We force a punt. That's massive. Good conversion there on 3rd down. Let's keep it moving. All right. Backups are now in. I'm just going to run the ball with Lucas. Kick a field goal. That should do it. There we go. Edwin Pike with the sack. All right. A good, crisp win against Arizona, 34-14. 7 of their points came from the horrendous pick six, but that's okay. Yeah, John Lane, again, didn't do great. Pratt had 11 carries, which is massive for his player promise. Passed the ball around quite a bit, which I'm happy for. Only 5 tackles for a loss, but you can't complain that much when your defense only allows 7 points. So I'll take that. We had a lot of big plays too. By that I mean 3. It felt like more. But I'm happy with that. We're 3-1. I'm happy with that. And we're still unranked, which is fair. All right, so Brendan Nelson, I'd never moved him from his spot. Mario Wright, though, is back, which means Sizemore is going to be complaining even more about his snaps. How's Jamie Pryor doing? 9 tackles. He does have the sack. I'm going to flip Sizemore and Pryor here. Derek Dennis is going to complain. I mean, dude, you're going to get your snaps next year. Don't worry about it, buddy. That's a lie. Maybe he should kind of be worried. Oh, brother. All right, we're looking okay. We're looking good player promise wise. We still have to play San Diego State, but if we beat them, we get the diamond goal. O-line, pancakes, looks guaranteed. Yardage, we're doing okay. The big one, though, is obviously the pass yards, which right now we are nowhere near making. Who knew? Oh, JMU did target player. That's massive. That's almost 200 points we just gained. Notre Dame had their visit for Keller. 635 for beating Syracuse. That's not terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong. Could have gone worse. Ooh, San Diego State offered a scholarship for Shaw. Not great. We're catching up on Maddox. Virginia, they lost to Louisville, so they don't get that's pretty bad visits for Virginia and NC State there for Gales. which is good. I think I'm feeling okay about where we're at in recruiting. Linebacker is the position I'm terrified that we're not going to get either of the top recruits. But we'll see what happens there. You never know. All right, let's take stock really quick. So, quarterback, nobody's threatening to transfer. Running back, Lucas is, but like, I mean, there's no fix for that. Like, he's not going to play any more than he already is. Christian Flournoy, I don't know. I mean, Lane's going to graduate. Pratt's going to transfer out. So, might not be a bad idea to promise Flournoy some more snaps. Wide receiver, Connolly, which is unfortunate, but Connolly just isn't on the level as the rest of my guys here. Roger Ruff transferring out, I don't really care. Tight end, Xander Samuel. I might just let him transfer. Like he's not gonna get like any snap percentage that he's gonna be happy. O line, this hurts me. Both Xavier Mays and Orion Gibbs threatened to leave. D-line, we're all good. Linebacker, it's Sizemore and then Dennis. Corner, ooh, Carlton wants more snaps. That's a problem. Marino doesn't threaten to transfer, which is good. I was doing okay. All right, I'm going to take a look at a couple numbers here. O-line sacks. 2 for Cortina, 2 for Lockhart. That's really it. Okay, nothing bad there. Corner. Let's look at completion percentage allowed. Landry, 3 of 7. Martin, 5 of 6. You just can't cover, dude. Carlton, 1 of 4. And then Sykes probably just hasn't been targeted. Yeah, 1 of 2. Martin can't cover. It's the strangest thing. He just can't do it. Like, I have half mind to just bench him again for a little bit. Schaefer, 7 of 11 ain't great. Sawyer, 3 of 8. That'll do. Yeah, we might have to make some somewhat difficult transfer decisions, but we'll see how that all plays out. I mean, I know Sykes wants to be a star, but he's not gotten better athletically. His man coverage has barely improved since I redshirted him. I don't know. My official statement is I don't know, but we're playing Cal. They're 0-4. They're one of the worst programs in the country. Somehow they won bowl games back to back years, but they're not. They're no, no. I look at this. Look at this. I have destroyed them. All right. I'm gonna call heads. See, folks, tails never fails. I called it so much that the one time I go against it, it works. And Brody Schaefer with the interception takes it back into the red zone. Eli gets me to the 8, and John Lane runs it in. Very good. I think this may be a game where actually I kind of run up the score a bit to try to get pass yards, get some running backs, some snaps. Never mind, we went 3-0. I will not get the chance to do such a thing. 4 verts. Yeah, that was miserable. That was some questionable play calling by me, but it's fine. My defense bailed me out. Dang. Oh, now they muffed the punt. That's rough. Poor guys. Man, Muhammad got sacked again, but John Lane runs it in. Thank you, sir. Defense gets a stop. Very good punt return there from Justin. We like to see it. One of these days, Z shallow cross is going to work. And when it does, everyone's going to be sorry. I should have blitzed there. There we go. Good job by the defense. Deep attack. Send it. Thank you, Reed. Let's keep it moving. 4th and 1. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to leave chew clock on or normal on, though. Nah, yeah, we don't get it. That's a shame. If you think I'm not going to at least try to get into field goal range, like, do you know me? Never mind. Oh, brother. There we go. Caden Martin gets a sack. Very good, sir. That'll be it for that drive. But man, offense, you guys have not earned the right to have chew clock on right now. Man, our running backs are getting killed out there. We keep going backwards and then having a big play. Dah! Incomplete. There we go. Good tackle for a loss there. Levels didn't work. Yeah, Muhammad is 21 of 34 right now. There we go. Demarion Montero with a tackle for loss. And John Lane, 39-yard touchdown reception out of the backfield. That'll play. There we go. We get the conversion. Let's keep it moving. Cross flood from the 8. Didn't really work. 4th and goal at the 2. You already know. All hitches. Dylan Jenkins with the touchdown. We're up 34-0. Backups are now in on defense. They get the stop. Let's see if our backups on offense can keep it moving here. Ooh, 4th and 1. Let's go for it. There we go, Marcos. Thank you, sir. Cade Pitts even getting some runs now. We're at 3. Smash corners. Thank you, sir. There we go. Christian Bullock with the touchdown reception. Uh-oh. Our backup defense is getting killed, guys. 4th and goal at the 1. Goal line. And we stop them. Very good, lads. No, I'm not going to take a knee. Yeah, I'll just run it twice and ride off into the sunset. We win 41-0. Defense pitches a shutout. Muhammad, he's had better games. I think he got it together a bit there toward the end. Our Renegade was okay. Weaver only had 2 catches for 24 yards. Not great. Only had 2 sacks, one of which was on a corner blitz. Yeah, I mean, look, that's a game we expect to win. We expect to win it by a lot. So we're 4-1, which was my hope after 5. I think now, though, the concern becomes if we drop to Kansas State, San Diego State, USF. Washington is 2-3, guys. Oh, brother. Who does San Diego State play next? They play Navy. They could be ranked. San Diego State could be ranked by the time we play them. That would be nice. Oh, brother. Alabama offered a scholarship for Powell. Rude. Yeah, and we're falling behind. Oh boy. Kansas State had their visit for Owen Bass. 1,000 points for blowing out Kansas. Having an S plus college life must be nice. I didn't even notice Colorado State had their visit for Shaw. Too many other running backs visited. Fair enough. Do I want to offer money for Keller? Think I do. He doesn't care that much. Like $500,000 only gets me 270. So I don't quite know if that's worth it. But the problem is, if Notre Dame keeps doing this great pitch, I'm going to fall behind by 200 a time. So, and I don't think he's worth like the million it would cost to keep me in that fight. So, I'm going to keep doing the pitch in case Notre Dame takes their foot off the gas, but it's looking like we're not going to end up with Keller, which is a shame. All right. So I think we will let's play Kansas State, let's play San Diego State, and I think that will be the end of the video. And then next time up, we have the run in, which could go terrifying or it could go great. I don't know. I'm not scared at all. It's a lie. I'm kind of terrified. All right, let's rock and roll. Kansas State, they're 4-1. Their only loss in 3 overtimes to Cincinnati. Goodness gracious me. Cincinnati scored 17 points in the fourth quarter, including a field goal with a minute left, and then just matched them field goal for field goal, but then they got the touchdown. Kansas State could not. And that's that. They've beaten everybody else, though. They look pretty good on defense. How are we looking? How's our summary page? Okay. Not looking bad. Not looking bad so far. Granted, our offensive stats are a bit inflated because we played Fresno State and Cal. But hey, what can you do? Kansas State's favorite at home. They have 6 recruits visiting. And 2 seasons ago, we won 32-17. So let's see how we do today. We'll call tails. It is heads. Very sad. They defer. All right, so we start with the football. I think we're going to go with normal tempo to open. Uh-oh. 3rd and 8, you already know. Incomplete. All right, defense gets the 3 and out themselves. 4 verts. Sir Quoke over the middle. Naturally. Definitely how that's supposed to go. 3rd and 6. Let's get him with the slants. Ooh, Muhammad was sacked. Oh, at the 3, goal line. At the 2, we're going goal line again. And Andre Strong with the safety. He's done blacksmithing in Dark Souls, and he's come here to get safeties. 3rd and 2, I'm going to run it. And if we don't get it, I'm going for it. That was predicated on us getting yards. I am, however, going for it either way. 4th and 4, all hitches. Success, Nicholas Moon over the middle. Thank you, sir. There we go. Justin Weaver, big gain there, 16 yards. Man, and we died there at the 5. All right. Well, we're up 5-0. This has suddenly become a baseball score. Defense gets the stop. Thank you, Ivan. Or, excuse me. I saw Elvin and Ivy and combined it to Ivan. But we punt all the same. Oh, 50-yard run up the middle against our blitz. Ow. That hurt. Good tackle for a loss there from Hardeen. They have to sell for a field goal. 5-3 is your score. What a silly looking score. Oh, you know what? I'm going for it. Be brave. No dice. That was objectively the wrong decision. All right, we're down by 5. Our offense needs to put something together here. I'm going up tempo. We're going to fly around like bats. I'm going to run it once. Success. I am a genius, he says after going for it on 4th and goal from like our own 20. I'm going to pass it on 3rd and 2. Oh, and Muhammad is sacked. We have to kick a field goal. There we go. Caleb Simon sack. Incomplete. All right, we get the ball back 1:26. All 3 timeouts. Let's go. There we go. We're in Kansas State territory. 3rd and 5. Incomplete. If I go for it here and don't get it, they have 2. Yeah, that's too risky. We're going to punt. All right. So they start with the ball with a chance to go up by 2 scores if they get in the end zone, and they just completely drove down the field on us there. Goodness gracious. All right, they get a field goal. So back to being 5-point game. Our offense is looking pretty shaky today. We convert the hitches, though. That's massive. Got a good drive going here. The sack does complicate things, I admit. Yep. Oh, Webster missed the 37-yarder. Man, I'm going to blitz on 3rd and 4. Good stop. Shakily, Webster has been kind of shaky this year, where last year he was perfect. So that does kind of hurt. Incomplete. I'm going for it on 4th and 5. Like, our offense needs a spark. We need something. We don't get it. Cameron Gorman drops the conversion. Oh, man. Well, it is now a 12-point game. Our offense has disappeared from the planet. I think my first 4th down attempt from like our own 35, that was a bad decision objectively. But we didn't get it. And then we failed to get this one here. Has taken this game not out of range because, 4th quarter just started. There we go. Sawyer Quoke over the middle, 5-point ball game. I should have gone for 2 there because if we hold Kansas State to a field goal now, they're up by 8. Man, everyone's just getting big plays, huh? All right, we get a stop. Good job, defense. Let's keep it moving. Slants. We punt. Man, 3rd and 10. Here we go. Come on, defense. There we go. Our defense has played really well. I think early on they were looking a bit shaky, but kind of got it together. As far as, on offense, on the other hand, there we go. Massive conversion there on 3rd and 5. Negative run is terrible, but we convert 3rd and 10. Justin Weaver. Let's go. I'm putting shoe clock on. That was a mistake. You ever do something you're like, that backfired? There we go. 1st and goal at the 6. Shoe clock's coming back on. And we run it in for the touchdown, Emmanuel Morton. We're going for 2. Hitches. Failed. All right, a field goal, Kansas State wins. Andre Strong tackle for a loss on first down. Massive. 3rd and 13, we're just going too high safety. Incomplete. We're doing it again. And they get it. Come on, guys. 3rd and 10, they get that too. Unbelievable. I mean, I need to do engage 8. Like that's my only hope. Oh, we got the Roman Barton with the sack. Here we go. Kansas State, 47-yarder. They missed. They missed the field goal. The sack at the death. Very good from the men. I'm just going to run it. That'll do. Oh, boy. We win 21-20. Golly, what a game. We went 1 of 3 on 3rd down. It was, I mean, yeah, with 11 and a half minutes left to go in the game, our offense was looking doomed, but we score a touchdown. Handful of punts later, we drive down the field 84 yards, get our way there. And then why in the world would they? I don't know why they do a pass on 3rd and 10 at the 22, but they do. Roman Barton gets the sack, and they miss the field goal. That's a dub. Muhammad threw it 65 times. Goodness gracious. I'm a little worried that John Lane is injured. He only had 7 carries the whole game, whereas Morton had 13, Pratt had 5. But we got the win. Holy moly. Throwing it 65 times is outrageous. Webster missed another kick, but I don't want to talk about it. I hope that John Lane isn't hurt. I hope he's not hurt. Everyone grab your Lucky Charms. Well, he's not hurt, but Holbrook is. So Brody Schaefer is in concussion protocol essentially, but he's still one of our better corners. Like I still want him out there. Holbrook, though, I'm just gonna rest for a week. Or was it 1 week? 4 weeks. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just gonna rest him. I don't want it to turn around and become severe. We have the bye week in there too, so I think that means Reuben Jennings might get some run. Hey, we won a classic. That'll do. Oh boy, JMU offered more money. I am 1,300 points behind with only the first visit. I don't think we're getting Emmanuel Powell, folks. Okay. Notre Dame took their feet off the gas a little bit with Keller. That's good. It's what we like to see. Oh, Georgia. They offered money to Maddox. Yeah, I'm a little worried about these recruiting visits. Duke had their visit with Dumas. Went pretty well, but I think we still get him. I'm not worried about who's behind me. Maryland for him. Arizona State had their visit with NC State. They won. They killed NC State. Good Lord. 600 points. I think we should still be okay. It looks like this was just Notre Dame's NIL week. They're just paying everybody. Okay. We'll see how that all shapes out. Man, what a game against Kansas State, huh? What a game. I mean, hey, we're 5-1, looking nice, looking very nice. So pancakes is all but guaranteed. I don't think we're gonna get the pass yards. I still think we have that in us, which is a shame. But we're gonna keep trying for it, see what happens. I really don't know why Justin Weaver is getting such low snap percentage. Like, regardless of where I play him. Part of me thinks it's because the wide receiver preference is actually. Hold on. Simple fix. Target Weaver. Thank you. Okay. All right. So bad news. San Diego State lost to Navy. So they're not going to be ranked in this matchup, which is a shame. They're number 2 in the country in defensive sacks. I'm scared. They beat Washington. Credit to them. Blown out by USF. Just lost a close one to Navy. I think there should be a pretty good game. We have a lot riding on this game. If we win it, our program gets $5.25 million. We also have 6 recruits visiting, 4 of whom we're behind on in the race. So it would be nice to get some signatures. Last year, they beat us by 8, but both years prior, we beat them. So it should be a pretty good game. I am anticipating victory. They call tails. It is heads. I am going to defer. I think I want my defense out there first. Let's get a stop. Thank you. Who got the sack there? It was Hardeen. Very good from the defense. Play action bubble. Kind of worked. There we go. John Lane. 3rd and 1. Let's run it. Thank you. Levels. Okay. Maybe doing that at like the 10 was ambitious. Oh, Morton got stuffed. I'm going to go for it. 4th and 3 from the 7. Let's dance. Hitches. No dice. Muhammad sacked. Defense gets a stop. Man. Muhammad is just going to get killed out there, I fear. 2nd and 8. Let's try play action. Nope. But Eli Hunt with the touchdown off the curl route. We're up 7-0. Defense gets another stop. We're looking nice. Jenkins gets me 22. That'll play. Let's keep it moving. And Eli Hunt again over the middle, 33 yards. Thank you. Oh, they converted on 3rd down. It's all over, folks. Ooh, 4th and 1. They're going for it. They have my respect. Oh, they get it. I like when the AI is aggressive. I think especially in these big games, they need to be. Oh, no, they missed the field goal. 25-yarder he missed. I do wish like special teams, like stats, like blocks were in the game. It's a shame they're not, but I also kind of get it because like that's a whole nother level of coding for who is in on special team snaps. Oh, Muhammad is picked. This guy he kills me. Justin Weaver, first of his name, 89 yards, punt return touchdown. We're up 21-0 going into the half, and we immediately go 3-0. That's Utah football. All right, let's run the ball. See if we can burn a lot of clock here or just get a first down every run. That works too, I guess. Emmanuel Morton runs it in. 28-0 for the lads. Defense gets another stop. Muhammad got sacked there. It's only their 2nd sack so far. I'm not too upset about that. 3rd and 7. Let's just chuck it. No dice. All right. Yep. I mean, I didn't expect this game to be a blowout, in all honesty. So I'm happy, but also, yeesh. As we punt, the backups are now in on offense and defense. So we'll get some guys some run. The backup defenders are getting shredded. My decision to blitz there on 3rd and 9, probably a poor one. But it's fine. We're going to run the ball a bit. That didn't work. No, I'm not going to go for it. Are you insane? You silly game. There we go. Aiden Stahl with the pick. Love that for him. Nicholas Moon gets me to the 5. Let's get in the end zone. We do indeed. Nicholas Moon touchdown from Braden Gary. I mean, that's a surprising result. Like, wow, we won by 34 points. They only got a field goal against our backups. Everything else was nice. Eli Hunt, 2 touchdowns, which I like. Only 3 tackles for a loss and 1 sack. That's like the sack also was on their first drive of the game. However, conversely, they were number 2 in the country, I believe, in sacks. Yeah, with 24. So they were averaging what? 4 a game? They only got 2 against us. Muhammad was pretty good overall. He had the pick again. I haven't really looked at his season stats that closely, but we'll take a look here. He's averaged like a pick per game. All right, Brody Schaeffler and Nicholas Moon are back. Schaefer, I never dropped in the order anyway. Nicholas Moon, I'll just swap him and Gorman, I think. How's Reed Carano doing? It's a true freshman. 282 yards. That'll play. That'll play. All right. Official results for recruiting 620, 720, 920 for Shaw, but we're still 400 points behind San Diego State for them. We caught up to USC on Hughes. I might just offer money for Hughes. You really are a D lineman, aren't you, buddy? Pretty good elsewhere. For Kyler Malik, I feel bad that he's not playing, but I think I'd rather play Barber and Javier. Oh, brother. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get Emmanuel Powell, but that kind of is what it is. Oh, boy. Wisconsin's 720-point visit for beating UCLA by 15. That few. So, Maddox, I think we should be able to get. We're 800 points behind. We'll see what the visit looks like, though. We're pretty far behind on Owen Bass now. And he doesn't care about money at all. So unless Kansas State just stops being interesting, I don't think we get him. But I will keep trying. I'll probably try for like 2 more weeks. And then if Kansas State stops caring, then. I mean, what's his interest in them? 78. Yeah, I think we're gonna let Kansas State have him. I'll bail on that. That's a shame. All right. It is our bye week. So let's just advance through that. Not much going on. We drop in the rankings by 1. Which annoying team won? Georgia beat number 3 Auburn. Fair enough. All right. Ooh, Notre Dame took their foot off the gas a little bit. We also quietly are like, I don't think we have the juice to get Maddox. We might as well try. Yeah, I think if that Washington game is going to determine a lot in terms of what we're able to do in recruiting. Because also quietly, as I misclick there, we're only ahead on what, 9 guys? And again, we have a small recruiting class to begin with. So that could get ugly. All right. So we're 6-1 through 7, which I think is really, really good. We lost to Stanford, who are currently undefeated at number 3 in the country. So no shame in that. Close win against Kansas State. Obviously, that's massive. They took their anger out on West Virginia, it would seem. But we have a pretty tough run in. I mean, App State, we should win that game going away. USF, Washington, those going to be tough. Air Force, I mean, sure, they're 2-5. However, if I look at our preview here in the match history, I beat them in year 1, and then they've beat me twice since then. So that's not a gimme. In terms of player promises, Gorman, he is on track to get his snaps. Lucas Pratt is going to get his carries. Manuel Morton is just hovering on that line of snap percentage. Justin Weaver, all conference, we'll see. He's going to end up with more yards than last year, but only has 1 touchdown. He does have the punt return touchdown. So if he gets a second one, he could make all conference as a return man. Booster objectives, 1 diamond donor goal is done. We are 2 pancakes away from a second. It looks like we will definitely hold opponents under 410 yards per game. We're 1,600 pass yards away. So if we assume that we have 5 games plus the Pac-12 championship game makes 6, plus a bowl game is 7. 16 divided by 7. That just sounds like a difficult number. $230 yards per game. I mean, that also operates under the assumption that we beat USF, which who knows. So that'll be tough. And then Air Force. I mean, again, if we beat Air Force, we get almost $10 million. So draft risks. Justin Weaver looks like he's gone. Spencer Sawyer, I hope he doesn't think 6th round is early. Same with Webster, our kicker. Jesus Wood looks like is leaning towards staying. Transfer risks. I mean, it's nothing too surprising outside of my young redshirt freshman O lineman that I guess want more playing time. Cohen Sizemore, I think, like, I just may let go, and that be that. Roger Connolly transferring, I think, will be kind of sad. He was a 4-star recruit for us, but I think his potential never let him develop into anything crazy, which is a bit of a shame. But I mean, we're losing Jenkins, and if we lose Weaver too, that could open up a spot for him maybe, but I don't know. And then corner is just going to get annoying because, both Carlton and Sykes want to leave. Caden Martin is starting to get a little bit better. I mean, Carlton we need to keep, so that's kind of an end sentence there. I might flip those two. Sykes, who knows? But again, if we're going to lose our top three corners, Schaefer and Landry to graduation and Sawyer to the draft, I could just promise them both more playing time and we run it back. So we'll see. Spencer Ritter obviously is redshirting. He's going to have like an 82 overall as a redshirt freshman. So a lot to keep in mind. I think overall, a immensely successful amount of games. I'm definitely going to need to change the title of the video because I don't think our AD wants us fired. I think our AD finds us pitiful, which might be worse. So thank you all for watching. Really good set of games. Couple blowouts in there, but a really good game against Kansas State. Really nice opener against Tulane also. So hopefully we're able to finish down the stretch. Tough game against USF coming up. I think if we win it, we could be bound for the Pac-12 championship game for the second time in 4 years and have a chance to make the playoff. But that is it for me. Thank you all for watching. This episode should go up sometime over the weekend with episode 42, the previous one going up Friday evening. So I thank you all for watching. See you next time.